G'day guys, Dave Geary.
Hi everyone, Daniel Hastings. Welcome to the first quarter's Illawarra Real Estate Summary for 2024. And as usual, Dave, you've dug up some interesting stats actually on what's been going on, not just recently, but also maybe in the longer term as well.
Definitely. So this is again around the Wollongong area, guys, and the affiliated suburbs around that 250 area code. So the median pricing for housing at the moment is 1.22, which is an interesting stat.
Yep.
It actually has increased slightly as well. So, but the big stat, Dan, was the difference was from March 20 to March 24. There's been somewhere between 30 and 35% growth around that 25 area code.
Wow. Yeah.
And funny, the suburbs that had more growth than others was around the affiliated around the city, which is like the Gwynvilles and the Magnertons and things like that.
2500 postcode area, pretty much.
And anything around the fringes of the city did very well. I think the stat was slightly less in the city due to probably the amount of units in Wollongong.
Stock going up. Yep.
So what do you think about the change then and when it changed in around 2020?
Yeah, well, 2020 was probably the foundations were laid to a very strong 2021, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
2021, I don't know if we'll see another 2021. The growth there was, if memory serves, houses were about 28% growth in 2021.
Yeah.
Then we, of course, had 2022 by May. It probably peaked that growth in early 22. But then May 22 was the interest rate rise that began to happen. So we saw a very quick correction, didn't we? Like it was a few months, we'd probably dropped 10 to 15% somewhere. And then it's slowly caught up again. And I think we're getting closer again now. I don't know if we're at it officially, but we're certainly getting closer to some of those losses that we had in 22.
Definitely, but I think there's also that changes in the air at the moment, just at the moment because interest rates haven't come back.
Yes.
So they were expecting them to come back.
Yeah.
So it's been levelled out a fair bit more.
I think so.
And I think that, and again, the old saying is social and political factors affect real estate. Well, at the moment, there's some unrest overseas, of course, in the wars that are going over towards Russia and Iran and all that as well. Yep. So that's actually affecting. I think that's just put the brakes on a little bit as well. What's the forecast, you reckon, for the rest of the year?
Well, on interest rates, there at least has been some positive, encouraging news, I guess I should say, as far as, we're certainly at the top or very close to it as far as any of the interest rate growth. So that's a big tick, obviously. Secondly, there's even been some chats and some predictions made that maybe later this year we'll start seeing some reductions.
Yep.
But as we've seen it on the up or the down, you take it with a grain of salt until it actually happens. It really does depend on how those RBA meetings go and so forth. But yeah, there's certainly a chance, and I think that's had a little bit of a positive effect on things. But I think overall, there's still not, well, we've probably seen a little bit of growth in stock, generally speaking, of late.
Mainly housing, but
mainly houses, yeah. But it's still pretty, I think it still leans a little bit more in favour of the seller, a touch more, but it's a lot more balanced than the crazy days than we had. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of positive, considering it's fairly balanced, I think it's really positive still for both sellers and buyers. Buyers aren't having to deal with the crazy competitiveness that they had, but they are having to contend with a lack of opportunity, with a lack of stock. Sellers, on the other hand, not a crazy amount of competitors to consider as well.
Yeah. So our best educated and calculated opinion, what's going to happen in the rest of the year is, I think, a lot of the same.
Yep, more of the same likely, yep.
Not going to change a lot. I don't think interest rates, and we're not economists, I know that, but we don't think that
They get it wrong that too, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, but I do think that interest rates may have some changing in the early next year.
Yeah, if it didn't happen late this year, I think...
it'll be early next year. And then I think we'll see a little bit more growth and strength in the marketplace. So why I'm saying that is it's probably a good time to buy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's onwards and upwards from here. I think we've overcome the hard yards. A lot of consecutive or near consecutive interest rate rises seems to be history for now at least. So that's great. So think about your opportunities for investment or new home buying, and you shouldn't be perhaps hesitating just at the moment as well.
Definitely. I think that's a wrap, mate.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you soon.
See ya. Bye.